Your ERISA claim for narcolepsy and comorbid medical conditions. Look, narcolepsy can make you permanently disabled and unable to work. And you purchased a disability insurance policy, or you've enrolled in an ERISA disability insurance plan, or you may even have a private disability policy. And you did that to provide you and your family with peace of mind if you became disabled for any reason. Your rights to short and long-term disability benefits will ultimately depend on the language of your policy or your plan. You always have the burden to prove that you are disabled because of narcolepsy, and then any comorbid medical conditions that might accompany narcolepsy. So let's talk about this. What is narcolepsy? Well, narcolepsy causes sudden attacks of sleep or drowsiness, and it can happen during the day. These episodes can last anywhere from a couple of seconds to even several minutes, or even longer. You might experience, when you have these episodes, cataplexy, which is sudden muscle weakness, sleep paralysis, or even a temporary loss of muscle control. These symptoms alone can be disabling, but there are other comorbid conditions that will often appear with narcolepsy. And when I'm handling a narcolepsy claim, I want to develop not only the narcolepsy, but these other comorbid conditions, because I want to argue each individually and in total. So what are the comorbid conditions that appear alongside narcolepsy? Well, these comorbid conditions obviously need to be documented in your medical records, and you should be giving your physician a history of not only the narcolepsy symptoms, but the comorbid symptoms, and how those symptoms impact your ability to function. So what are these? Well, you need to be aware that many disability insurance policies or plans are going to have subjective medical condition limitations, or they're going to have mental nervous policy limitations. So before I get into these comorbid conditions, I just want you to understand that that can result in benefits being limited to just 2 years, and that can impact how you develop these medical conditions and comorbid conditions in your medical records, because you want to have your benefits limited to just 2 years. And to know that, of course, you need to get a copy of your policy and potentially consult with a lawyer such as myself, who will look at your medical records and say, look, we just want to go on narcolepsy, and we don't want to go on the comorbid conditions, or we want to do it all, because we obviously want to maximize your benefits. So once you've understood those plan limitations, let's talk about what those comorbid medical conditions can be. Obviously, one of them can be depression, because you're obviously depressed because of the lack of functioning and because of the impact of the lack of sleep. Now, other comorbid conditions can include obesity, diabetes, obstructive sleep apnea, also restless leg syndrome, and you can have, as I said, depression and anxiety. You can also have, by the way, problems with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and you can even have heart disease. Depending on the terms of your policy, I may be saying, look, we want to, based on your medical records, develop the narcolepsy, and we want to develop the cardiac condition, and let's kind of minimize the anxiety or the depression. Obviously, obesity might be a factor. We'll work that in with the narcolepsy. So you can see, depending on your comorbid medical conditions and your policy, you might want to emphasize one comorbid condition over another so that you can maximize your benefits. If you have any questions about your rights to disability benefits as a result of narcolepsy or comorbid conditions, call me at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation. I look forward to helping you get the disability benefits you deserve.